Well, good day. So, seeing as the NFL season has just kicked off, college football's been going for a couple weeks, and Canadian football has been going strong since June, it's about time we talk about some Riverdale High School Football. So, alright. Hut, hut.
Alright. So, we start off at the Riverdale Zoo, where Archie and Jughead have decided to have their lunch instead of at the school cafeteria, for some bizarre reason. But as Jughead laments, the zoo and the high school, really aren't that different from each other. Suddenly, a gorilla steals Jughead's sandwich. But the gorilla's cage is approximately 50 feet away. Does this beast have the power of stretchability like Mr. Fantastic does? That's crazy! Also, stealing Jughead's food? Holy crap, man! That's like getting between a grizzly bear and her baby cub. Ha! You'll be lucky to survive that! Or, maybe Jughead's the one who's lucky to be alive after this altercation. But now, we have a problem! This gorilla has now acquired the taste of human food, and it wants more! That sandwich is all this beast can think about. So with that in mind, it breaks out of its cage with the greatest of ease, and follows Archie and Jughead back to school. And nobody is around to see this all-powerful gorilla break out of its cage? Seriously? No security guards? No zookeepers? Nothing? I'm sure this'll go well. Meanwhile, back at Riverdale High, Archie runs into Reggie and Veronica, who are apparently dating at this point by the sounds of it, where Reginald brags about how he is trying out for the football team later today. Also, that escaped ape from the zoo? Well, turns out Jughead is now a suspect in gorilla napping and is wanted by the police. And that gorilla's been following him around in case he has more sandwiches. So, Jughead, he is understandably freaked out that there is this, basically giant furry shadow following him, right? Who knows what this beast will do for another sandwich? So Jughead is on edge. He can't even concentrate in Miss Grundy's class. She thinking that he is just goofing off and stuff. So off Jughead goes to Mr. Weatherby's office for some disciplinary actions. Getting sent to the principal's office, eh? I'm suddenly getting very vivid flashbacks. So Jughead tells Mr. Weatherby about this gorilla that's on the school grounds and that it could be very Oh, wait, what? Jughead doesn't tell Mr. Weatherby about this giant gorilla on school grounds? No? Not only would that little explanation get Jughead out of trouble, but this is a giant security risk for all the students at school. Especially when this gorilla attacks Mr. Weatherby in his own damn office. Jumpin' Jehoshaphat's, man. Nothing like watching your teacher getting pummeled by an ape in school. Holy crap, call the police, man. Call the zoo. Call somebody. But nope. Instead, Jughead tries to sneak the gorilla back to the zoo disguised as a Riverdale High School football player, where at the same time, on the football field, Reggie is warming up for tryouts. I wonder if these two story elements will collide at some point. But Reggie, to his credit, he's actually doing really good. Knocking over opponents, charging through players, making a touchdown with the greatest of ease. But in true Reggie fashion, he actually bribed the other players with a promise of a chocolate bar if those players threw their game and made Reggie look good. All that for a chocolate bar, hey? Are we talking like a Toblerone? Man, what would these guys do for $10, eh? Suddenly, Jughead and the gorilla are on the field where the big ape decides to join in on the football fun. And in quite spectacular fashion. He's a frickin' dynamo on the field, just cutting through the defense like a warm knife through butter. And Coach Cleats is completely impressed. He wants this kid on his football team, and realistically, who wouldn't, eh? But, alas, the player is revealed to be a gorilla. So that ends all of this primate hijinks at school. Well, not all of it. You see, Reggie couldn't actually afford to buy chocolate bars for the players who, were bribed. So, if you can't pay your debts, you get stomped. I don't make up these high school rules, man, that's just the way it goes. And technically, an unrelated note, Archie and Veronica get back together for like the millionth time. So things are pretty much back to normal. Or are they? Well, mostly. With some work between the school and the zoo, we now have a new mascot for the football team, which is none other than none other than Jughead. Huh. Yeah, I love the guy and all, but I don't think he really puts the fear of God into the opponents, But that's how the way high school goes. So with that is the end of this Harry Tale.
Yeah, okay, so, maybe there wasn't that much football in this episode. But still, tryouts, right? That's pretty important, eh? It does give me flashbacks, man, when I was trying out for the junior team in high school, which I did make. Defensive tackle, man, that's where the action's at. Let's go Spartans! Clap, 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 clap. It was a decent team, not the best team. I think we're around 500, so, not too shabby. I'm not so sure how good the Riverdale team would be if, Reggie can actually bribe the entire team just to get on it, But that's kind of funny, man, because Reg is usually pretty good at the athletics, right? He wouldn't really need to, bribe anybody to be on there. Maybe it was just an off year, or he was coming off an injury and he'd be fine later, I guess. But man, oh man, one of those episodes of some random situational comedy that could have been explained away and everything would have been good, but no! But it does make sense though, right? Jughead was a suspect for gorilla napping, and that didn't sit well for him. He's just normal, man. He's just innocent, man. He didn't think like he could really talk to anybody about it, without getting himself in jail or juvie or something, so he kind of did his own thing to fix the problem. Until he takes the ape through the entire school body on the football field, eh? That part of the plan didn't work out so well. But with the gorilla being really good at football and all that kind of stuff, that is something that you do see in Archie comic stories. Usually the sports team is really bad that year and Coach Clayton or Coach Cleats sees this one athlete who is doing really well and it would really help their team. Holy crap, my toque came off! Ah! But then for some reason, that really good athlete could not be on the Riverdale team, for whatever reason. Jurisdictions, school policies, whatever, So for Coach Cleats to not be able to land a real gorilla on his team kind of sucks for him, but that's, kind of the way it goes in the comics. And of course, the other thing that goes in the comics is Archie and Veronica breaking up, getting back together, breaking up, getting back together, Usually in the breakup part, Betty is around Summers, but in this episode, she was nowheres to be seen. A rarity indeed. But still, it was a pretty good episode. You got some football action in there, which was still pretty awesome. So it's all good. But other than that, we do have some behind-the-scenes kind of things, with football and Riverdale and, I don't know, this and that and the other things, So let's go take a look at that stuff over here.
So yes, hey? High school football, baby! And really, hey, how can a high school be complete without a bunch of kids fighting over an odd-shaped ball? Well, besides reading, writing, and arithmetic, I guess. But still, team spirit, man! School pride! And that's what Riverdale High School has had since the beginning. So, as we all know, Archie and the whole Archie-verse, I guess, first debuted in Pep Comics number 22 in 1941. And it was not long after that we did see Riverdale High School and some Riverdale High School athletics. So, in Pep Comics number 24, we did see the first of these athletic teams when Archie tried his best at high school basketball, where things actually probably went worse, for the team than you could have imagined. Slightly further down the road in Pep Comics number 27, we have the first appearance of the Riverdale High School Football team. And man, they just look fantastic, hey? Those old vintage uniforms, so clean, so clunky. But seeing this team, it's a little odd. When we previously seen the school's basketball team, they were shown wearing blue and black with a bit of yellow trim, which, you know, is the Riverdale High School colors. However, with the football story, the story itself confirms that the school's official colors are brown and gold. Heck, that's even the name of the school newspaper, the Brown and Gold. Which, you know, I guess really isn't a horrible color scheme. Like, my high school's colors were burgundy and gold, which is a pretty classic look. But brown and gold, man, that don't seem right for Riverdale. But the next time we see the high school football team is in Archie number 6 in 1944, where the team colors are shown as blue and gold. And the blue and gold color scheme has been Riverdale's colors ever since. Definitely a much more vibrant look for a visual medium like, you know, a comic book. And this brings us to the depiction of football in this featured episode, which just kind of seems out of place, you know? Something's off. Something is not right. So right off the bat, one of the things that stands out like a sore thumb is the uniform. So this Archie series and this episode takes place in the year that the series came out, which would be 1968. And really, right, like Archie comics have always depicted their world to be in the year current to its publication. So why in this episode are they showing football uniforms that are like 20 years old? It makes no sense! Especially considering that football teams stopped using leather helmets in 1949, where they were replaced with the plastic shell helmets that gave a lot more protection. Well, more protection, I guess. And also with the pants having the high flare on top of it, you know, like quite a different look than uniforms in the 1960s, you know? So, like, it is a rather weird decision that they chose these football uniforms in this episode. That, and the fact that they used the old team colors of brown and gold. Which, you know, I will say is a really awesome nod to that original football comic story, you know, from Pep Comics number 27. But as we've seen, the team colors have changed to blue and gold. And even in the previous scene when Jughead was in the locker room with the gorilla, we did see blue and gold jerseys hanging in the background. So who knows why they went to these complete throwback uniforms? Maybe it's just a nod to the past, showing that Archie comics have been around for a long time and that their comedy is timeless, I guess. But it is what it is. Also, with that, what is the name of the high school team? As we see in the show Riverdale, their football team is called the Riverdale Bulldogs, but I'm not so sure that they pulled that name out of the comic books or not. I've gone through some decades of the Archie comics showing any athletic teams there from the school, and I haven't ever seen a team name, just referred to as the Riverdale insert sport team, you know? It is kind of funny because you do see a lot of random stories about some one and done team outside of the high school that absolutely does get a name, like Archie played hockey with the Riverdale Flashes against the Meat Packers Ice Crackers. He also played for a different football team called the Riverdale Gnats against the Riverdale Cats, and even Jughead's cousin, Souphead, played football against a team called the Red Tigers, so the writers are definitely not shy about naming teams. So for the Riverdale football team, there have been a lot of times where their helmets are depicted of having ram's horns on it, you know, similar to the Cleveland, Los Angeles, St. Louis, Los Angeles Rams of the NFL. So maybe they're hinting that the team is called the Riverdale Rams, which sounds pretty cool, but then again, they don't always show those helmets, so who knows? So if I'm just oblivious and I completely missed the obvious and you know what the team's name is, please let me know in the comments below. But for all that wonderful stuff, that's pretty much the basic skinny on the Riverdale High School team. So yeah, with this, that, those, and the other things, I guess that's that. Also, if you're interested, I created my own comic book channel, 215 Comics. And currently, I have created my own cartoon series, The Adventures of the Density. And recently started a radio series featuring my newest character, Elastomorph. with more titles to come. So if you want to check it out, I'll leave a link up top here to that channel and some links at the end of the video. Yeah! Right on, and there you go. So thanks for watching the video. I hope you liked it as much as I did making it. Also, feel free to check out the source material that I featured in this video. And if you want to leave a comment on anything you may have liked or things I might have missed in this, feel free to do so. Or anything else, just to say hi. That's cool too. And other than that, have a great day. Thanks.